MEKANZM.
Hello guys, welcome to my first tutorial of 2024. I hope you're all doing great in the new year, and let's start it without any further ado. First we have our low end that consists of the kick and the rumble and sounds like this. So I started with this really solid kick from my collection. It had a bit of the tail and the rumble on its own, but I felt like it's not enough. So what I did is I just duplicated the same kick. You can see it's the same sample, but it's warped. It's warped with the texture mode. Then it's stretched 2 times, and as you can see, I just cut the beginning of the sample and sort of just fade it in, and it created this sort of the rumble that sounds like this. It gives more oomph to the to the whole low end. Together with the kick, it sounds like this. So really solid start of the track, and then on top of it I just started to build with my other percussive elements. As for the processing of the low end, on the kick there is only EQ8 to get rid of everything under 20 Hz, to cut some math around 200, and there was also some annoying frequencies in the higher spectrum that I want to get rid of. Utility to control the volume, and there is K-clip 0 to shave off some peaks and give it some saturation in the process. On the rumble group there is only EQ8 and utility to control the volume and make it mono. And on the whole group, again there is EQ8 to get rid of everything under 20 Hz, and glue compressor to glue the kick and the rumble and make it sound more coherent. Next we have our hi-hats, and what I did to make them, I used a drum rack and I loaded 5 different hi-hat samples. All of them are Ableton stock samples, so you can find them here in the hi-hat category, of course. Experiment with different samples, pick up what you like, and then basically what I did is I started to create this hi-hat patterns. First one sounds like this. Then there's another one. And then there is one more. And yeah, I think there are 3 patterns, and I just, you know, change them in the arrangement to keep things interesting. And as for the processing, I have the return track here with the room reverb. Sorry. So obviously hi-hats go to the room reverb. And on the channel there is only EQ8 to get rid of all the low frequencies, utility to control the volume, and K-clip 0 again to shave off some peaks and give it a little bit more saturation. And together with our low end, it sounds like this. So we just take in and out different elements. Next we have our basically percussive loops, a bunch of percussion loops created by different means. Like the name of the video suggests, this kind of techno is basically based on percussion, on the groove. There is very little to none melody. So that's what we will be working with from now, basically the percussion loops. And the first one is this I created using this hand drum kit. Again, is the Ableton stock drum rack, and it sounds like this. And then there is a second pattern. Together with the low end and hi-hats, it sounds like this. So very simple pattern, but that's how we start. That's how we start to build our groove. And what's interesting about this track, about this sound, it's this effect called refract. It's from Arturia. It was free. It was free at the moment of recording this video. I'm not sure if it still is. I hope so. If not, I'm sorry. But it's quite an interesting multi-effect, and I decided to use it. From what I see, it basically splits the signal into. Let me show you. It splits the signal, and then you can further process it with another effect. In this kind, it's distortion. It creates this really interesting kind of texture, and I think it's especially nice for the percussion and percussive elements. It's give it sort of another dimension, in my opinion. And then basically we just started to add, I just started to add another elements on top of it. Then there is this second percussive element that sounds like this. Sorry. There is this abuse kit. It's another Ableton stock drum rack, but at the end I just used this one sample from this drum rack, this noise clank. For the processing, there is only EQ8 and utility, but that's how we build our groove. Just look for the interesting percussive sounds that sort of talk to each other, create something like a call and response dynamic. Next, we have even more percussion loops. Together they sound like this. There are like 2 layers of them. The first one sounds like this. The second one sounds like this. And together they create this interesting groove. Together with the rest of our percussion, it sounds like this. So as you can see, now we are going somewhere finally. It started to sound really nice and groovy. And how I create those loops? For this, I used my Hardgroove loop generator. I have the whole video on this topic, so just go and watch it if you want to know more. Also, you can download the device; it's free. But what I did is I recorded the bunch of loops with it. Just give me a second. I turn off the other tracks. So it goes like this. It's the first one. Second one, third one. Okay, so those loops are like my starting material, and then I just chop it, rearrange it to create the interest and tension in the track, in the different part of the track. I got a different part of the loops. So as you can hear, that what creates the groove and the tension in this track are this interplay between these different percussion elements. And I just encourage you to experiment with this. You can record the bunch of loop and then just have fun with them and basically jam with them. Look for the interesting combination look for the happy accidents. I don't know. That's just the way I like to make music, and maybe you like it too. There is one more percussive element. It's the clap. It's nothing nothing special. Just a clap that sounds like this. It plays like this throughout the whole track, with some exceptions. But yeah, one more percussive element. It's this riser. It's just a symbol and the same sample, just reversed. I used it in two places in the track to accent the transition. That's it. Okay, so I think that's all our percussive elements in this track. Next, we have two very minimal melodic parts of the track. First is this stub that sounds like this. I used a sample for this, but what makes it interesting again is this refract effect, and of course Valhalla, that makes everything interesting. But without those two effects, it sounds pretty dry. And the refract really make it come to life. I like the crunchiness of the sound, and then Valhalla makes it really big. And it plays this really simple pattern. Then it changes only a little bit. Yeah, and let's listen to it together with the drums, I guess. That's the breakdown, actually. So there's no drums, but yeah, that's our one and only melodic element. There's one more hint of the melody. It's this part in the breakdown. There is a cutoff that opens. I used Surge 1 to make it. I just used this patch called Burden. It's a very basic pad patch, and what I really just use it as a sort of as a razor. That leads to the next part of the track. Okay guys, that's it. We covered all the elements in this track. Thank you very much for watching. If you find it useful or entertaining, please like and subscribe, it helps me a lot. Let's listen to the fully arranged track now and see you in the next tutorial.